let's talk about CCD exam, CCD version 3 exam, because there are many changes with the CCD version 2 and CCD version 3 practical exam, and I will explain now. Okay. First, let me introduce myself. I'm CCIE CCDE and have been teaching CCDE for more than 8 years now, and more than 130 engineers passed the CCD practical exam with my courses, course as well as boot camps. So basically, from almost every aspect of the CCDE, I created the resources. So CCDE books, CCDE also Cisco Press books I helped, CCDP book also I was the official technical editor as well, and also created the Cisco Press earlier official exam preparation resources. So those books, etc., we reduced from 30 to 13. So, and even we summarize some of the chapters only related with the network design and architecture, not just product detail, etc. Okay, so we have YouTube channel that you can follow, lots of CCD resources as well as network design resources we have, and of course website orhanargun.net, more than 300, almost 400 blog posts at the moment and increasing, and lots of also network design related of them. Okay, so let's move on. At the moment, CCDE version 3 is happening, as you might know, for the written as well as practical. Very practical, basically same topics, but the scenario background completely long, very detailed, basically reading intensive, we say, exam, practical exam. So lab exam, practical exam, we use interchangeably. Computer exam, we don't configure anything. So basically very different than CCIE, because CCIE operational exam, you configure the things, you need to memorize the syntax, as you might know. And we need to pass for the practical CCD exam, we need to pass CCD written exam first. And almost every topic is the same, as I said, blueprint. And in the CCD course agenda, in that video, I cover each and every topic that we go through. So you can watch, it's a one hour video, maybe a little bit long, but I am giving even some hints, technological and some protocol hints, explanation. That's why a little bit long. And also exam is very broad. CCD exam is very broad from so many technologies, protocols they are asking, and from many different aspects, from scalability, from conversions, from security, from managing the also complete project. They are asking a lot of different technologies, and that's why it is broad topic, I would say. Yes, throughout this course I am using, by the way, also lab and practical exam interchangeably. In order to get the CCD number, similar to actually CCIE also, we need to pass practical as well as written exams. So after that number will be given. CCD written pass score required to schedule the CCD practical exam score, same. And now, as you know, it is valid for 3 years. Previously it was shorter. Passing CCD written results in Cisco Certified Specialist certification, plus you will get your badge. Practical exam details. Let's talk about it. It is different than also now, a little bit. 4 scenario we had earlier in version 2. Now we have also in version 3 4 scenario, and in total 8 scenario we have. 1 hour lunch break after first 4 hours. Okay, 2 scenario every 4 hours. So you go to the exam center like 9 a.m. you started, and you have, by the way, for each scenario maximum 2 hours. Earlier it was different, guys. If you are watching and attended the earlier exam, it is different now. So let's say in the earlier exam, maybe first scenario, 1.5 hour you spent. For the second scenario, you will have 2.5 hours, because in total 2 scenario would be 4 hours, right? In this time, maximum 2 hours. Okay, can you finish earlier? Yes, let's say you finished in 1.5 hour. For the second scenario, you will not get extra 30 minutes. You will still have, for the second scenario, 2 hours maximum. That's why use your complete time. It is, I think, better, best practice. If you finish the scenario earlier, remaining time won't be added to the next scenario. It is business challenges, same as before. Background information will be given. Of course, as in this course, you will see a lot of practical scenarios, so you will understand what is background, what is skeleton, what is email, how they are looking for, and everything we are discussing. Diagrams, topologies, text, a lot. There is no configuration for any vendor equipment, no Cisco config. There is no config at all. We don't configure. We don't type any open answer question, something like that. No, it is just selection. different type of selection, of course. Sometimes single answer is correct, sometimes multiple answer, sometimes drag and drop, and those kind of things. But there is nothing to write, nothing to comment, nothing to configure, and so on and so forth. Okay. It is vendor agnostic, we say, but still some Cisco terminologies, Cisco protocols will be asked. Like previous exam also was the same. HSRP, GLBP, EIGRP, DMVPN, GetVPN, these are Cisco proprietary technologies. They will still be in the exam, plus even SD-WAN, Viptela will come, for example. It is coming. Currently, a lot of questions in CCDEv3 is coming. By the way, this is very current. In 2023 beginning, we are sharing this one, and end of 2022 and 2023. So very, very new, and also in this in the CCD course agenda, I covered what are the topics, of course, in the current scenarios they are focusing on, in addition to blueprint. But of course, we are not discussing each and every questions. We cannot. It's NDA problem. I don't want to see, of course. But topic-wise, we are focusing on some topics more than others because they are also at the moment focusing on those topics in the exam. Okay, written exam you can take in the Pearson view, but practical exam now, it was also previously in version 2 exam Pearson view. Practical exam was in the Pearson view as well, but they were calling it PPC, professional Pearson view, and around 275, 280 locations globally Pearson was having. I think Cisco has much less location now, and you need to travel much more. Sometimes some mobile location as well, just from the Cisco side, you can follow, and accordingly you can schedule. CCDE exam always reading intensive, very reading intensive. In fact, version 2, I would say per scenario, it's not exact number, of course. I mean, it can change based on the scenario. It is long, guys. So with the text, with the additional email, diagrams, etc. per scenario, if I will say more than 20 pages each scenario you are reading, I wouldn't be exaggerating, I think. Overall 4 scenario, 70, 80, maybe even more than that pages you are reading in 8 hours. Plus, not just reading, of course, analyzing requirements and constraint and finding technical solution based on that, and deploying, migrating a lot. But if you follow this course, if you do we have so many scenarios also to cover basically different business aspects. So enterprise, service provider, mobile operator, VPN provider, blah, blah, blah. So lots of scenarios, basically, lots of technology protocol they are discussed in those scenarios. So if you follow them multiple times maybe, and also some extra recommendation resources resource recommendation I am doing. So if you follow them as well, of course, it is not like when you finish this exam, go and pass. We are not telling you the answer of the question. Let's be honest. But yes, each and every technology you will learn that you will encounter in the exam. Yes, of course, it will help a lot for passing the exam. And guaranteed that you will learn some new things that will help in the real life design and architecture and deployment as well. But again, some extra resources you will need. And in fact, Packet Pusher says there is a very nice motto they have: too much networking will never be enough. And RFC 1925, there is always more, guys, it says, right? There is always something different, something more. We need to learn more. So let's move on. Reading intensive, as I said. So you will read a lot. So better start reading a lot. RFCs, some of the RFCs in the course outline also I am mentioning, and throughout the course in the 70, 80 hours of videos I am discussing, right? Those we need to read the RFCs, we need to read extra resources, we need to read those blog posts, we need to watch the extra my YouTube channel videos, for example, maybe more than hours, also 100 hours is there as well. So extra. And also, of course, you need to join our study group when you purchase this course. So in there, we need to do some interactive discussions, ask question, and technical question I'm talking about, maybe exam related question as well. Of course, don't say that this is our exam question, otherwise we will kick you out, unfortunately. But other than that, if the question in the exam, but we don't know that exactly that question in the exam, of course, we will answer, we will help you to understand the technology, that protocol. Okay? During the exam, pen, paper, etc. will be provided. Also, you can take the note in the computer as well. And unlike CCI exam, internet is not open. Even if it's open, network design and architecture is the thing that you cannot find on Google. You cannot find in cisco.com. So it is the collective knowledge that you encounter, you collect in many years, and then based on the requirements and constraint in that scenario, yes, this is the answer. So much knowledge required really. And yes, in this course, only focusing, only talking theory design, it will help you a lot, of course. If I would put also labs, there would be more, maybe 200, 300 hours of videos at the moment. Summarizing, only talking, only discussing. You just need internet and listen me. And it will help, it will increase your, of course, knowledge. That's the whole idea. It will teach you based on different situation what should be your answer based on some limited technologies, of course. Here, I mean, there are thousands of other technologies, but we are discussing maybe in this course, I don't know, 20, 30 different technologies, protocols, etc., right? Because we know those technologies, IPv6, routing, OSPF, ICS, BGP, multicast, quality of service, these are the focus. SD-WAN, VPTELA, but there are many other SD-WAN solutions. No, we don't. We just focus on Cisco SD-WAN VPTELA. That's the idea. We just narrow down. We are trained. Otherwise, there are too much. So with this, even narrowing down, it is so long. 70 hours of just discussion. And maybe you are watching this one in 2023, 2024. So maybe 100 hours right now. Videos you will watch. So just videos watch. Just thousands of also at the moment you have the resources, reading resources that I prepared for you. You will. But of course, all of them, each and every day, when you consume these resources, hopefully you will learn something new, extra, and you will connect the dots. Okay, continue. Internet is not open. You can go to the washroom, don't worry, and it is very long exam. CCIE is not required, nor prerequisite, to be honest, but yes, CCIE Enterprise, CCIE service provider type of knowledge would be really great. Especially these days, CCIE, Enterprise and SP, both of them have design module as well and very long. So it is getting the CCIE these days. If you are, definitely you should start focusing on CCD anymore. You can get it. With the extra little help, you can get it. No configuration, there is, as I said, analyzing and translating business requirement into the solution. Requirement, constraint is pre-made decision. So understanding them, I will help you, don't worry, how based on which wordings we will basically understand from those wordings what are the requirements and constraints and how we can find a technical solution for that. This is the idea. We are like a translator. And if labbing, by the way, is helping, yes, you can do. Although in this course we don't have lab, but I am saying that CCIE Enterprise and CCIE SP, we have full of labs. That's why those courses are very long, 120 hours, something like that. So because so many labs in it, instead of doing so much design discussion, so many labs we have there. So you can take them, or better, you can get the even bundle, like all access pass we have, right? Get it 1 year, maybe 2 years. Then finish the CIS as well. Watch the labs and go to the CCD and also listen all the videos and even read each and every article, and then watch even some YouTube channel extra videos like related with them. For example, lots of design discussion we have, just pure design and architecture. I think 4 videos just for that purpose I recorded, plus lots of routing protocol, inventor with those protocols. I don't know, Ripple maybe IoT protocol, but lots of BGP and EIGRP comparison, because Ripple also distance vector, and discussion with it. Watch. So complete your knowledge with lots of other things. Rift, for example, towards northbound, link state towards southbound, it is working as a distance vector. What are those ideas? I also recorded a video with them, inventor of the Rift, routing inventories. So watch them. So complete your knowledge. Analyzing, I was saying lab, doing the lab, so you can get those CCA, CCD. So better get all access pass on our website and watch them. I think CCA Enterprise, CCA SP and CCDE collectively will be around 300 hours of videos. 300 hours every day. If you watch 1 hour, it will be entire year anyway. You see the point. So there are so many resources, and our study group as well. Just be active. Just I want that. Knowing how things work in the field is, of course, field is a plus. Keep it high level. You don't need LLD. CCI is LLD, CCD is HLD, we say, right? High level. Why? We don't need to know the bit byte level of detail. We don't need to know the configuration. We don't need to know the basically which product exactly support which feature. We don't. We don't need to deal with the product detail anyway. Yes, of course. Cisco vSmart, you can say, Orhan, what's, I mean, vSmart when we say control plane. Yeah, this kind of some level, this is even high level. So much detail we need to know when it comes to vSmart only, how to basically create the centralized policy, let's say, from the GUI as well as from the CLI in CCIE, but CCD no. What is vSmart controller? What are the functions of it? What is the difference between control plane versus data plane? So hierarchical. So I mean, high level HLD is our concern. No device specific details required. Definitely nothing for the SD-WAN, nothing for ACI, nothing like that. Device detail. This version supports. We don't care. Maybe CCIEs, they need to understand which version support what. Okay, which this product supports this feature. You can configure this way. And these are in CCIEs, CCNPs, and so on and so forth. CCDE, we need to know high level comparison and why we have it. What are the traditional WAN versus SD-WAN, that kind of. Know at least what below devices do, what firewalls do, why we have it. I mean, why we have router. What is the difference between router, switch, firewall? Those kind of things, of course. Load balancer. What is even maybe call manager in voice. So know what are those high level, because CCDE understanding from everything a little bit, if I would summarize that way, and understanding everything and their interaction a little bit also. If I do OSPF, what would be the effect into the BGP? Or if I change something in BGP, what would be the effect in LDP, protocol level of interaction, if you will talk like this, okay? Or if I place, let's say, product-based, service-based also, let's say, if I put firewall in layer 2 versus layer 3 mode, something like that, okay? We need to understand. Take time to analyze the current environment, of course. In the exam, one of the most important thing is this, understanding. Reading. And by the way, of course, when we start this course, I am giving the lots of example. Okay, is 40 minutes is good, 45 minutes is fine, all those kind of, okay? But you need to take some time to analyze the background and then start the question. Of course, we have lots of tips and tricks throughout the course. Don't make assumption. Assumption kills us. Okay, I was thinking that this company has quality of service. How come? Did they say? Or I was thinking these guys needs to do the multi-area OSPF design. Why? Scalability. Did they say? Do we have to do scalable design from day one? Or I thought we need to migrate from EIGRP to SPF. Why? They are service provider. Why? Did they say in the exam, whatever they tell us? Service provider, they need to run OSPF or SAS, I mean, not EIGRP. How come? If they are running, let them run. And if they are complaining and some wordings, if we understand that, yes, they need to go to the link state protocol because of topology information requirements, let's say. So in this case, we can. But if there is nothing, they don't complain, they don't say anything, don't assume. Okay. Okay, cool. All of this information, by the way, provided in a scenario. Without scenario, we don't do anything in the exam. Scenario, everything is scenario. If they say, okay, router, don't do layer 3 routing, we will say fine. You see the point? We will just believe what they are saying. HLD topics in the CCD exam, as I said, there is nothing the bit byte level detail, topology decisions, protocol, they will give us which protocol they use, build implementation, migration plans, we will deal with the migrations a lot, adjusting network architecture, so they have maybe current, of course, not always we deal with the brownfield, greenfield design. So everything from scratch. Sometimes brownfield design we are dealing with. The existing infrastructure we need to migrate, or we need to change something and replacing something. What are the considerations? So adding technology, replacing technology. Important. Merging also, okay, sometimes divestiture, merging, two network coming together, acquisition, one network buying another, one company is purchasing other company, merging, acquisition, divestiture. So I don't want to do anymore, let's say, VPN service. I want to continue just selling the internet service, for example. That's why these POPs I will close. So divestiture. And resiliency, redundancy, high availability, lots of ETs we will deal with in this exam, definitely. Scalability, flexibility, lots of availability, and so on and so forth. What are those exactly new things in the version 3? I mean, compared to version 2. Some of you are coming from the version 2 days. Practical exam will be in the Cisco CCIE lab location anymore. It was in PPC. Scheduling done via CCIE CCD portal. It was done in the Pearson View before, and registration opens 90 days earlier. Every year it was, by the way, 2021, I think they did in 3 times. Earlier, it was 4 times. It's anymore 6 times, guys, every 2 months. So it is good, by the way. And exam score will be provided even maybe earlier than 48 hours. We are seeing that. It's good, very good, because I think 2017, now I will also show you, some leakage happened in the CCD, as you might know. And some people basically brute force probably, and they shared the answers with the others, and many people at the same time they passed them, blah blah blah. What happened? Even, I mean, until that time, 2010 and up to 2017, as soon as you finish the exam and press the finish the exam button after 4 scenario, I mean, all of the scenario finished, and then you last question, and then you said next, and then you push the end exam button immediately, not 48 hours even. In 2 minutes, and myself also, I seen that my exam score in less than 2 minutes passed. Congratulations, etc. Done. At that moment, in the exam center, in the room, I saw my score and I was happy. Everything was fine. I don't need to wait. But in 2017, they stopped doing that for security purpose. Cisco, they started to announce the exam after 3 months. So you attend the exam, after 3 months, you receive the exam score. So in those 3 months, should you continue to study CCD? You don't know. Every year, effectively, only 2 times you can attend, because how you will travel, how you will schedule, where you should you schedule, etc. So now you can attend every 6 exam actually. If you fail, I mean. Okay. Hopefully you don't. After our course, you shouldn't. Okay, but be close to us as well. Just don't watch the videos in the self-paced course. Let's say you purchase, not bootcamp. So bootcamp is live discussion anyway, and just maybe you are watching, and in the live discussion you can ask hundreds of questions every day. But in the even course itself, when you purchase, ask the question in the study group, please. I'm there, and many other CCDE also there, certified people. Okay, cool. Also, what is new? This area of expertise module. Probably you heard about that. So we have core and area of expertise module anymore. Core modules, basically, everybody needs to know. 3 of those scenarios from core module comes, and 1 scenario only is you can select from one of those 3 area of expertise that I will show you now. So basically, core modules is vendor agnostic, but area of expertise module can be even Cisco specific. Okay. That is the idea. Area of expertise, large scale networks, that in this course at the moment we have already, okay? And large scale networks topics I am covering in that section, large scale network section, on-prem and cloud, and workforce mobility I might add as well. Okay, maybe while you are watching at the moment, we already have, so this might come, but large scale networks already we have. So that's why currently all those 4 scenarios in the exam, if you select the large scale networks as one of your scenario, 3 of them anyway core scenarios, 1 of them only selective, you can select yourself. When you say large scale networks, all the topics you will learn from this course. So that's why we are already giving you each and every technology protocol, everything that you will encounter in the exam, guys. Maybe some of you want to select workforce mobility, and at the time that you are watching, maybe we don't have it. So maybe you can watch, you can read those topics from other resources. But if we don't have, I might add later on. Large scale networks already there. If we summarize what we just seen, point values hidden, by the way, you will not see point value. So this question 1 point, this question 2, no. Based on the length of the question, what's happening when you go to the next question, some on the bar, time bar, it will move. That's it. You cannot go backward navigation says you cannot go back to the question. If you say next question, you cannot go back to the previous question. Done. Okay? You cannot go back. Time, every question, every scenario, we have 4 scenario, every scenario maximum 2 hours, as I explained, total 8 hours. Format, completely scenario based. You will see a lot of scenario in this course, and you will understand what is background skeleton, emails, everything, and diagrams, how they are showing you, and so on and so forth. Technology, as I told you, 3 of those scenario from core. Core technologies usually, as I said, again, MPLS, all those in the course outline video. If you watch, you will see an area of expertise, as I told you, 3 of them: LSM, workforce mobility, and what was the another one? On-prem cloud, basically. Okay, cloud and data center. So most probably we will add them as anyway, but LSN from those service provider background people, immediately you can understand all those topics. And that's it, guys, for scenario. And I think very fast summarization of what in the CCD exam and what are the new things in the CCD version 3 exam is summarized. And if you haven't watched yet the CCD or Orhan Ergün CCD course outline video, please watch that one as well. A little bit long, 1 hour video, but I am giving some hints, some also technology explanation, little bit, very fast, of course, in 1 hour what you can do. So and then you can start watching the anymore our course videos. Thanks for watching.